There's a haunting truth that follows us quietly through life. A truth so subtle, we often ignore it until it's too late. It whispers in the background of our routines, our comfort zones, our unspoken regrets. And then, one day we wake up and realize we've run out of time. Not in a dramatic movie-style moment, but in the silence of an empty morning, in the echo of lost opportunities, in the weight of a body and mind worn down by years of neglect. No one prepares you for this. Society glorifies youth, speed, and instant gratification. But what they don't tell you, what they'll never tell you, is that your future is being shaped right now by the habits you justify today. The very things you ignore, excuse, and normalize are silently scripting the quality of your old age. This isn't fear-mongering, this is the wake-up call. If you've ever looked at an older person who's bitter, broken, or burdened with regret and wondered, how did they end up like that? The answer lies in this video. It's not fate, it's not bad luck, it's repetition of the wrong things. Over and over. Today we uncover the 5 habits that will quietly but relentlessly destroy your old age. They are often praised, misunderstood, or disguised as harmless. But make no mistake, they will strip you of joy, dignity, and peace unless you recognize and replace them. Watch this till the end. Your future self is depending on it. Number 1, the daily lie that numbs your spirit. We lie to ourselves every day, but this one lie is particularly deadly. I'll start tomorrow. It seems harmless, innocent even, but the psychological truth is brutal. Every time you delay what matters, you teach your brain that your dreams don't matter. Over time, this erodes self-respect. You slowly kill your drive, your ambition, your purpose. One day becomes 1 year, then a decade, then it's too late. Procrastination isn't just laziness, it's self-betrayal disguised as patience. You say you'll get healthier next month, you'll reconnect with that friend someday, you'll chase that dream when life settles down. But life never does. Time doesn't wait, and regret, it has the longest lifespan. This habit doesn't shout, it whispers. It tells you that skipping the gym today won't matter, that putting off that difficult conversation is no big deal. But each time you're reinforcing a habit of avoidance. And avoidance is a thief. It steals clarity, connection, and progress. Here's the harsh reality. In your old age, you won't remember the days you rested. You'll remember the chances you didn't take, the work you didn't finish, the body you didn't protect, the people you didn't hold close. Discipline is freedom's doorway. Replace. I'll do it later with I'll do it now. Not because you feel like it, but because you respect yourself enough to act. Start with one thing today, not tomorrow. Today. Build that muscle of momentum, and the future will thank you in ways comfort never will. Number 2, the comfort trap that slowly destroys growth. Comfort feels good until it becomes your cage. The truth is, most people choose comfort over growth, and they do it so consistently that they forget what discomfort even feels like. But here's the thing. All growth happens outside your comfort zone. Every single time. Comfort isn't just sitting on the couch. It's staying in a job you hate. It's avoiding tough conversations. It's numbing with TV or scrolling endlessly because deep down, you're terrified of silence, of facing who you become. Psychologically, the brain craves predictability. It interprets routine and sameness as safety. But safety isn't always good. Staying safe too long becomes stagnation. And stagnation is the beginning of decay. Think of your muscles. If you don't use them, they atrophy. Same with your mind. Same with your character. Comfort, when unchecked, rots your potential. People in their older years often say, "I wish I had taken more risks." Rarely do you hear someone say, "I wish I'd stayed more comfortable." The longer you cling to ease, the more your edge dulls. That creative fire, extinguished. That hunger, gone. That energy, faded. And worst of all, when you finally need strength, mental, emotional, physical, it won't be there. Because you never train for the hard things. So break the pattern. Get uncomfortable on purpose. Take cold showers, have hard conversations, learn new skills, challenge your limits. Not because you have to, but because your future self will need the strength you build now. Don't die in a cozy prison. Escape the comfort trap before it silently destroys the life you were meant to live. Number 3, the poisonous people you keep around. Your environment is more powerful than your willpower, and yet we often underestimate the damage of toxic people. Not the obvious ones who scream or hurt, but the subtle ones, the pessimists, the energy vampires, the ones who mock ambition and worship mediocrity. These people don't stab you in the back. They drain you with a smile. Psychology tells us that we mirror the emotions and behaviors of those around us. It's called emotional contagion. If you're constantly around people who are bitter, lazy, or toxic, you become like them, slowly, quietly, without even noticing. You pick up their language. What's the point? Life's unfair. I'm too old for that. You start shrinking your dreams, settling for less, justifying smallness. And then one day you look around and you don't recognize who you are anymore. Your mindset has been infected by the people you refuse to let go of. You need to understand this. Loyalty to the wrong people is disloyalty to your future. If someone constantly brings drama, belittles your efforts, or drains your energy, you don't owe them anything. Not your time, not your attention, not your peace. This doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means curating your circle. Choose people who challenge you, uplift you, inspire you to become more, not less. Because when you're older, you'll realize that peace is the highest currency. And the people around you will either multiply it or murder it. Be ruthless about your energy. Protect your inner world. The quality of your old age depends on it. Number 4, the deadly routine that feels harmless. There's a habit millions fall into, and it looks so normal, so accepted, that no one even questions it. Living on autopilot. Wake up, eat, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. You're busy. You're functioning. But are you living? Autopilot is the slow death of the soul. You stop questioning. You stop growing. You stop feeling. You exist, but you're not alive. Modern life makes it easy. Notifications control your attention. Algorithms decide your thoughts. You're reactive instead of intentional. Your life becomes a loop, and you forget to ask if it's even a loop worth repeating. But here's the devastating truth. Routine kills wonder. When you stop being present, you stop connecting. You stop noticing beauty. You stop creating. You lose yourself in the noise of comfort and familiarity. Years pass in a blur. Opportunities slip by. And when old age arrives, you're not filled with stories or purpose. You're filled with numbness. You think, where did all the time go? But time didn't disappear. You just weren't awake for it. Start breaking the pattern. Be intentional. Ask yourself, what excites me? What scares me? What do I truly value? Journal, meditate, reflect. Say no to things that steal your time and yes to things that stir your soul. Because in the end, it's not how many years you lived. It's how awake you were during those years. Don't sleepwalk through life. Snap out of autopilot before it's too late. Number 5, the inner critic that silently destroys your worth. The most dangerous enemy you'll ever face lives in your own head. It's the voice that says, you're not enough. You failed too much. You're too old to change. That voice is a liar. But if you listen long enough, you'll start to believe it. This is self-sabotage in its purest form. It's subtle, it's convincing, and it's everywhere. Every time you avoid speaking up, every time you say no to an opportunity, every time you choose fear over growth, that voice wins. Over the years, that inner critic becomes a prison guard, and the walls are built not with steel, but with shame, regret, and false beliefs. Studies in cognitive psychology show that Negative self-talk reinforces mental patterns of helplessness and hopelessness. You become your thoughts, and if those thoughts are rooted in unworthiness, you'll live your life playing small, apologizing for your existence. Here's the truth. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are the one who survived them. Old age doesn't have to be filled with regret and self-hate. It can be filled with wisdom, strength, and peace. But only if you silence the critic and awaken the coach, the one who sees your scars as strength and your flaws as fuel. Start rewiring your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself like someone you love, not in delusion, but in compassion. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning." Replace "I failed" with "I grew." You've got one life. Don't let your own voice be the reason you never lived it fully. Conclusion. The scary part about these 5 habits isn't how destructive they are. It's how invisible they are. They hide in plain sight. They show up as comfort, routine, politeness, or even self-care. But make no mistake, they are thieves. They rob your future while making you feel safe in the present. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. You don't have to end up bitter, broken, or buried in regret. You can wake up now. Break the cycle and choose a different future. It starts with one decision, one moment of honesty, one act of courage. Choose action over delay, growth over comfort, energy over toxicity, presence over autopilot, love over shame. Because your old age isn't a distant chapter, it's a mirror being polished today. And when the time comes, when your hair grays, your body slows, and your days quiet down, may you look back not with sadness, but with pride. Not with what ifs, but with "I lived fully." If this message stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, talk about it, reflect on it, and subscribe for more raw, real, and transformative insights like this. Drop a comment below. Which habit do you recognize in yourself, and what are you going to do about it? You were not born to coast. You were born to create, to conquer, to evolve. Make your old age a masterpiece, starting today.